Hey, fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you from Ochalata, Oklahoma. Just made a delivery last night to a Walmart distribution center, and I'm now heading for another pickup, and that's going to be in Missouri, and heading up to Ohio. So I'm going to just, first of all, wanted to give you a little recap on my recaps, let you know where I've been. Or what happened with those. It has been 8 days since I shot that video. It's now the 25th, and so I wanted to give you a recap on that, and then yeah, take you on a little journey throughout this trip, a little bit of scenic drive there, and get you caught up on what's been going on with me lately, because I've got some interesting information and news. So all right, let's start this off here. As you can see, I'm currently off duty for 3 minutes. Just finished my my PTI, my pre-trip inspection. It was a quick one. I'm empty. I just picked up this trailer, did a post-trip inspection last night, so this was a pretty easy one. So let's go ahead and take a look at where I'm at right now. So this is the important line right here. My 70-hour on-duty clock. As you remember from last week, I was running really low on that clock. Look at that. I'm built up to 17 hours, 40 minutes. I did not need to take a 34-hour reset during that. I was running down to the bare minimum on the hours, but because of using recaps, there was no need for me to take a 34-hour reset. So how do we do it? Let's go to the 8-day to find out how. So I was talking to you guys on the 17th and ended up running my hours all the way down to 0 that day. On the 18th, you can see that I ran 7 hours 52 minutes. On that day, I only had like 7 hours 58 minutes total from the previous week or something like that. It was pretty low. Ran that down, ran my clock, my 70-hour clock, all the way down as far as I could to get a guaranteed parking spot. And you can see the next 2 days, I did have some hours that came back, some really good, decent hours that came back, and I used those all up. Okay, and I ended up using this all up. I was only, I think, an hour shy away from being able to make it to the receiver on that particular day. Had to start it the next day. But then the next day, that's when things started getting caught up, as you can see, some lower hours. So on this day, ended up making my delivery. It was only about an hour away. Sat for a little bit of time. I mean, I did get another load, but my dispatcher, he saw my hours, he saw my recaps, he saw what was going on. So without even needing to do anything or even tell him about it, because my dispatcher is pretty freaking awesome, he gave me a really good load. It was only a one-day hop. It was only a few hours. It was picking up later that day, so there wasn't going to be a lot of hours needed to be used that day. And it was delivering later in the evening the following day. So that didn't hardly use any hours, which was really nice, and yet it still paid really well on a per day basis. So I was very happy with that. Got a chance to build up a little bit of hours, and then he doubled down and did kind of the same type of thing right here. This is where I made did most of the driving for that delivery, made the delivery, and he gave me another turnaround on that, where it was a pickup the following morning. So I picked it up the following morning, drove most of the day here, and made the delivery in the afternoon. So that was the delivery here to Ochalata. So I made that yesterday afternoon. It definitely helped that this Walmart distribution center, my appointment was at 6 o'clock p.m. I get there at 5 because I always arrive 1 hour early. No ifs, ands, or buts. Unless there's something major happening, that's a buffer that I build in just in case. So I get there at 5 o'clock, and he goes, your appointment's at 6:15. I'm like, okay, I thought it was at 6, but all right, 6:15, no big deal. Before I could even finish that thought, I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm going to be waiting forever. He's going to turn me away. He goes, but how would you like to make this a drop-and hook? I'm like, you never need to ask a driver that question. How would you like to drop and hook instead of a live unload? Please. Absolutely. Yes. Because, if it was a live unload, I'm sitting there waiting until at least 6:15 before they even consider looking at the door that my trailer's backed into. you know, I'm going to be there for at least 3 hours, if not 4. Whereas a drop and hook, I'm in and out of there in 30, 45 minutes. Yeah, please. So it was a drop and hook. I dropped, hooked, and then was able to, after that, PC on over to the Loves that I'm at right now. Interesting little new Loves. It's a tiny little one. It's out here in near Ocala. It was actually about a 30-minute drive, but there's nothing around other than a POS truck stop gas station combo that closes at night. It's $10 parking. This was a little further out, but much nicer. Tons of parking. Highly recommended. Anyways, so I parked there. Got my next load shortly after I parked. So that's the perfect use for PC, by the way. Finished my load. Didn't have another load yet. PC'd over to the truck stop. And once I got here, I got my next load. I was able to settle in for the night, and I'm about ready to leave to go get the trailer washed out, because they require a washout, and the trailer's kind of dirty. So we'll go through and get that done. And then after the trailer washout, we'll get the pickup. We'll start heading on our way, get some fuel on the way in Troy, Illinois, or by ESL, East St. Louis. And then head on up to Ohio. So alright, so that's what's going on with my recaps, and I will join you once we are back on the road. And here we go. I'm going to try and keep the windshield pretty bug-free for you, but probably not going to happen. There's been a lot of bugs this year, and I don't really like using the windshield wipers on the Freightliner. It's one of my pet peeves on how the wipers work. Not going to go into a whole lot of detail on it on this video.
Turn left on US 169.
But I will do a Freightliner pet peeves video. I'm building a list, and I will do that video just so y'all can see it. But in the meantime, how about let's speed this up a little. Requests here and there, and especially on my last video, got quite a few requests for me to try ATS, American Truck Simulator, or asking if I've ever played it or tried it out. They want to know if it's realistic. They want to know what my thoughts are, etc., etc., etc. And my standard comment or standard reply to all of them is, wait a minute, you've seen how many hours I drive every day, you know, for work. You want me to drive all day long, 7 days a week, no days off, and when I'm done, fire up my computer and drive some more on a simulator? No, thank you. I am not down for that. I'm so sorry to say, but it just does not sound like fun, doesn't sound enjoyable. I don't get a lot of downtime. I definitely don't want to use my downtime driving some more. And simulators, to me, I've never met a simulator that I really liked or thought that was realistic. ATS may be different. I haven't tried it. I can't say one way or the other. So here's why I'm posting this. Not to say no, I'm not going to do it, even though the answer is no, I'm not going to do it. The reason I'm posting this is a call out, a shout out to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you are a driver or have been a driver and you play or have played ATS, please, put some videos out there if you haven't already. Put some comments in there. If you have videos, please share a link in the comments here. Share a link to your videos showing your driving and your commentary. If you don't have videos, at least share your thoughts in the comments. Please comment below. Let us know and let my subscribers know what you think about ATS. Is it realistic? Is it not realistic? Pros, cons, anything you want about it. Any of those comments I think will really help out those people who are wanting this answer that I'm not going to be able to give them because I'm sorry, I'm not going to play ATS. Just not for me. I don't really have a lot of downtime, to be honest. And the downtime I do have is editing videos, replying to comments, watching TV, getting caught up on my TV shows. Man, that is a gorgeous view right there. I don't know if the camera's doing that any justice, but man, I can see forever. I can see all the way to the flat end of the edge of the earth where people would fall off. Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying here? I am getting caught up on my TV shows and stuff like that. And I haven't even fired off my Xbox yet. I've been in the truck now for 7 months with the Xbox and haven't even fired up the Xbox. Now, granted, I should be getting caught up with my TV shows, fairly soon because due to the Rona, haven't been a lot of new TV shows. No new ones have come out. The summer shows were all canceled for this season. Don't even know what's going on for the fall season. So once I get caught up, I won't have any new ones to replenish them, it looks like. So, and you know how Netflix and HBO and all them guys do their thing. They'll make you wait 1 or 2 or 3 years before they put out a next season. So, anyways, bumpy there. Nothing new for a freight shaker, that's for sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the drive. I will join you later because I've got some interesting news developing that I want to share with you guys. Hang tight. Heading down 44 through Oklahoma, and you're on the tollway, of course, the Pike, and you see the exit to Veneta. It says exit to Veneta, pay toll, all others pay at end of toll booth or whatever like that. Well, if you've ever wondered what Veneta looks like, this is it. Welcome to Veneta. Small little town. It's got a car dealership, Dodge dealership right there, it looks like. Price of Dodge Jeep, Ram, some used cars. But yeah, little old town.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on East Illinois Avenue.
Thank you, Agatha. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so this next little bit right here, this is going to probably piss off a lot of drivers, and I'm so sorry that it's going to do this, but it's not my fault. And I'll tell you why in a second here after I...
Turn right at the traffic light.
No, I'm not going to make that one. That's alright. So, it's not my fault. Whose fault is this going to be? It's Nertz's fault. He asked me to do this, kind of. Here we go. You ready? Hello, Omnitrax.
Hi, please stay to command.
Miles per gallon.
8.7 miles per gallon.
Not bad. So, for everybody whose Omnitrax is just activated, that's on Nertz. It was his fault. And Lyle,
Would
if
you
you're
like
watching...
to continue?
No.
Goodbye.
And Lyle, if you're watching...
Turn left on I-44 East.
he wants you to do it on your channel too. Yep. So anyways, hope you enjoyed Vanita. Hope that I triggered a lot of Omnitracks. If I triggered yours...
Hi, please stay calm.
I didn't even say hello that time. So if I triggered yours twice, leave it in the comments. Talk to you in a little bit. Joplin 44 here for the truck wash. So
please drive to highlighted route.
I did the video in the truck stop series of the Oakwood 70, and you've seen videos of the Iowa 80, and you've heard of that. It's the world's largest truck stop. Well, this Joplin 44 is owned by the same group that owns those two, and there's a fourth one in there that they own. I'm gonna check that out. See if I can zoom in there. So yeah, the big old chrome shop, showroom floor. They got a couple trucks in there, it looks like. They're showing off.
When possible, make a U-turn, then take the first left.
Yeah, my backseat driver telling me where to go. So anyways, we are here at the truck wash. Not going to get the truck washed. There's just no point in that. As soon as I get it washed, it's going to be dirty again. So I'll just wait for another Nature's truck wash, aka a rainstorm, wash that off. But we are here to get the trailer washed out. That way we'll have a nice clean trailer, because Walmart's, man, I don't know what they do, but they just literally murder those pallets when it comes to when they unload. Man, they just decimate those things. So there are pallet chunks all over the place. There's dirt and everything. So alrighty, let's get the trailer washed out here, and then we will be on our way over to the 01 for the pickup. So I got a question though. While we are waiting, let me go ahead and get stopped and go off duty here real quick. All right, so I got a question here for you ATS drivers, okay? What happens if you're sitting there, you're playing the game, and you gotta pee? You gotta use the restroom, man. What do? Do you pause the game, go use the restroom, come back, unpause the game, and keep on trucking? Or do you wait and look up where the next rest stop's gonna be, the next truck stop, the next place where you can actually stop and park a truck and go in and use the restroom, park it, and then go use the restroom, and then come back out, get back in your truck, and get back onto the highway? Now that's an important question, because talk about realism. If you're just pausing the game and going to use the restroom whenever you want, that's not realistic right there. Right away you've taken the realism out of the game. So keep that in mind when you're playing the game. Even if it's an extra challenge for you, sometimes you gotta hold it, and you gotta hold it for a while. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I will see you on the other side of this trailer wash. so we go. We get on the pickup, looks like we get to go in a tunnel and out the tunnel, park outside, and then walk into another tunnel to check in. So I don't know if we're docking inside a tunnel or anything yet, or inside a cave or what have you. So let's find out, shall we? Alright. Through here, it says. A little tight squeeze, but not too bad. Alright, down the hill. Left, you can see that rock wall. We were up there when we were coming on in. So up above that are some trees, and then the road that we were on coming on in. A little bumpy. Alright. Continue straight, going into tunnel 9. There it is. A little to the right. Where that other truck's going in. You guys are lucky I got camera stability turned on. If I
In
didn't,
1/2 mile, turn left on I-49 South.
if I didn't have that turned on, man, you guys can see what I'm feeling. Alright, so you know who, my backseat driver's gonna keep trying to take me all the way to the next place, so I'm gonna ask her to be quiet here. Okay, Nagatha.
Say a command.
Volume.
Volume is at 100%.
Mute. Exit. Alright. That's the one good thing about her. I can shut her up. Alright, here we go. Whoa! That was a big old bump. Alright. Let's see here. My lights are on. Man, very bumpy down here. Looks smooth. Maybe it's smooth from here on out. So far not as big or deep as the craft caves, but the ceiling is a bit lower. Pillars are about as wide, but maybe we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg here. Exiting the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a train. Okay. Turn right. You're gonna see a stop sign here after we turn right. Looks like this guy in front of us is going to the same area maybe. Nope. He's turning into cave 15, but we are not. this here is where we are going to park. And then I've got to walk it on into this tunnel 16 right about in front of us here. And then I got to check in. Alright. Let's get parked, shall we? They're waiting for us. Appreciate that. So swing on in. Good old 45-degree alley dock or parking spot dock, whatever you want to call it. Out there, still get those comments. What? No goal? It was wide open. I didn't even really get it into a parking spot, but we're only going to be here for a couple minutes, and then we're back out. So wasn't too worried about getting her perfect this time. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and head on in. I'll see you when we head into the caves. Well, the caves weren't all that exciting. Not really much to show. It's pretty much parked right here. There's the exit right there. They were pretty hands-on during the whole thing, you know. Go a few feet, check in, park at the park in the dock. That's right there by their door. They're done, and I go. The downside of this one, other than it not being a large cave, I don't even know if you can hear me, it's pretty loud in here, is they make you turn everything off. Alright, no APU, no idling, no air conditioning, no nothing. And it is freaking muggy and hot. So literally, even though I was in the shade, still really ridiculous. So I actually came out here and ran a few laps just to get out of the sun. It was that bad. So anyways, I gotta park here real quick and run back in and grab the paperwork, and then we are out of here. It wasn't too long. It's 1 o'clock. Got here at 11. Appointment was at 12, so yeah, can't complain about that. They're pretty quick, so overall, not a bad place. Alright, meet you guys back on the road. Made it through St. Louis, as you just saw. Man, St. Louis is just nuts. terrible bumpy roads, construction all over the place, or they're just making the bumps worse. I think that's what they're actually doing. Construction is to make the bumps and potholes worse than they were before. I can't prove that, don't know, but that's what it feels like. Anyways, let's see, made it through there. I'm in Troy, leaving the TA, just filled up here, and we are heading on to Fuckingham for the night. Excuse me, Effingham, sorry my language there. Effingham, Effingham, Illinois. Yes, that is actually its real name, Effingham, but everybody around here calls it Fuckingham because, well, we don't care about the language so much. Anyways, let's see here. Alright, this guy's got a good handle on his parking situation. Go ahead and head on through. Alright, so to answer some fuel questions that I get asked periodically, can I fuel where I want to? And do I fuel when I'm stopping for the night? The answer to both of those is yes, and sometimes. I can fuel where I want to, being a non-company driver. Company drivers have to fuel where Prime tells them to fuel. I get to choose whether I want to fuel where Prime tells me to fuel or fuel wherever I want to. Thing is, Prime is saying fuel at this particular place. It's for a reason. It's because it's saving them money. And, I want some of that too.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right on Zinc Road.
So, yeah, the recommendations are usually, I'd say 90% of the time, pretty spot on and are going to be good money savers. Sometimes they'll take me a little more out of route or take me a different route or something like that. Sometimes the computer or the algorithm is a little off. Or it might take me to a road ranger.
Turn right at the traffic light, then take the ramp on the right.
I don't fuel at road rangers unless I gotta. Simply because of the points. It's usually there's a pilot TA.
Take the ramp on the right to I-55 North.
Yes, Agatha, I know. Usually there's one of the big three that's right nearby, and it's only like 2 cents more, and I get a shower credit plus the points. So, I generally just skip the road rangers. And
in
do
3/4 of a mile, keep right to I-70 East.
Man, I should have muted her before talking. My bad, people. Do I stop at the? Do I feel where I stop at the end of the night? Sometimes yes, but a lot of times no, not really. I did. Was it not last night, but the night before? Fueled here and stopped here for the night. Same exact place actually, because it was coming the opposite direction. But places or times like this where I really want to make it a little bit further. I've got a couple hours left on my clock. We still got plenty of daylight.
Be in either of the 2 right lanes.
Alright, 70 East, yep. And, what was I saying? The place where I'm going to be parking at in Effingham has plenty of parking, so it's going to have plenty of parking by the time I get there. So, yeah, might as well go ahead and get that taken care of. I'll park there. But fuel's more expensive there, so why buy the
Continue
fuel?
on I-70.
So anyways, that is it. Let's go ahead and catch you guys when I park. See you in a sec. Well, we made it to the Effingham TA, and just in time, I grabbed one of the last few spots. As you can see, the sun's going down right here behind me, and sun's actually down. Daylight is fading. And man, when I pulled in, I was behind a whole line of trucks. It's like, that's the trucker's clock right there, daylight. So when the daylight went down, all the truckers are like, all right, done for the day, let's park it. And yeah, I took, I think, the second to last non-reserved or paid spot, and then the guy right beside me here took the last spot, and we're kind of in the back of the lot. But yeah, all right, so we are done for today. The reason I wanted to go a little bit extra is because now I've got 8 hours left on this drive. This drive is going to Wintersville, Ohio, to a Walmart distribution center. There's no overnight parking there, and parking is really, really tough. And tough to find in this area. It's very limited. There's one truck stop nearby. It's always full. I've delivered to this place before, and I kind of ran into that issue. It was a late, I got there late at night, and I couldn't find anywhere to park. It was a challenge. So I wanted to make sure that if I'm delivering there, and this is a place, it's a drop and hook, I can drop it whenever I get there. No later than, not tomorrow, but the following day at midnight. So I've got 2 full days to get there still. But I am going to go ahead and get it there early because, the earlier I get it there, the sooner I can get another load. More money, more money. So, but I don't want to get there late because, again, if I get there late, the parking's going to be an issue. So this way I'll be able to take my 10 and get out there, hit the road, get there at a decent hour, and be able to find parking. So, all right. So here's another question for you, ATS players, American Truck Simulator. All right, and if you've made it this far into the video, thank you, first of all. But yeah, let's check this out. Please comment on this one. In ATS, do you have to deal with parking? I'm not talking about dealing with backing and backing into a spot. I'm dealing with the fact that at night, parking is a hard thing to find. Do you have to plan your route and look at the different truck stops and try and predict based on what you're seeing whether that truck stop's going to be full, whether it's going to be empty, whether there's going to be some spots left, no spots left, etc., etc. Is that a challenge? And then what happens if you come to a truck stop then there's no parking spots, nothing available? What do? What if you do, when your hours are running out or it's late, do you keep driving? Do you pause the game and go, I'll deal with it tomorrow, because that's not realistic, But that is a real challenge out here on the road that you probably are not going to get from a simulator, is trying to find available parking. Ooh, man, got some people trying to get creative and they're cutting the corner. Ooh, man, this guy's cutting the corner real close to this other truck. He's like inching it. You gonna make it? I think he did. Woo! Yeah, so when it gets like this and there's no regular parking spots available, people get creative. They do guerrilla parking. And man, they just find a spot that's hopefully not in anybody's way, but it usually is a little bit, at least in somebody's way. And then you got other people trying to race around this place, trying to find their own creative spot before it's taken. And it gets pretty hectic at this point. Got some more speed racers coming on through. Anyways, yeah. So comment on that, you ATS drivers. Tell me what the parking situation is. I know I'm blabbering on a bit, and this can be a long video. I'm sorry. Tomorrow will be mostly scenery, but remember, I've got that news coming up. I got to tell you about. I'll make sure to get that news to you guys tomorrow. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have a good night's sleep. Hope you do too. Wait, for you guys, it's gonna be instant night. Good morning, everybody. All right, so it is morning time. We are on the road, just leaving Effingham right now, and it's about 8:30 in the morning. A little bit later of a start than I really wanted, but it's all right. Had a good morning. Got in a good run this morning around the neighborhood. Took a shower and got everything all set and ready for today. So yeah, things are all right. We are going to be getting there, let's see, after breaks and everything, probably around are just east of Indianapolis, and there's a lot of construction going on, and we are at a dead stop. So this changes things a little bit. Puts our arrival time a little bit later. And I have been looking at the trucker path, and yeah, there's literally one truck stop within an hour of this DC. Ooh, we're moving! Yay, we're moving! And this truck stop is always full, like always full. The only way to get a spot is if you happen to be lucky enough to be there when somebody else is driving away. So you can't really rely on it, especially for overnight parking or anything like that. So here's what I'm going to do. Change things up a little bit. Executive decision. If I'm getting close and I get a pre-plan to where at least I know which way I'm going to be heading, then I'll have enough time on my clock to make the delivery tonight and at least head on out to a truck stop an hour and a half, 2 hours away and park it there for the night. If I don't get a pre-plan by the time I hit the last available good truck stop, then I'm just going to park it for the night and deliver early in the morning. Because again, I don't have to deliver this thing until midnight tomorrow night. 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night, actually. So I'm really early. I've got some flexibility and some leeway on that. If I deliver early tomorrow morning, I can still get, it's Monday morning. I've got dispatches in, sales is in, all that stuff, brokers are in. So chances are we'll get a load and be able to head on out that same day. Anyway, probably won't make a difference. So we'll see. We'll see if we get that pre-plan or not. So hang tough. We'll let you know. Paused the game there for a little bit, had to take care of business, and we're back on the road. Actually, I got my 30 out of the way, so we are done with that and back on the road. Got in a nice little walk around the Ohio Visitor Center. We got a nice little walking path and trees and grass and everything, so that was pretty nice. So got a nice walk in, grabbed a bite to eat, and back on the road. So after all the traffic and delays and construction and everything, plus the 30, which was a little bit more than 30, let's be honest, we've got an arrival time of 7 o'clock p.m. Keep in mind we also had the time zone change, because we're in Ohio, or halfway through Indiana, that changed. So we lost an hour that way, going from central to eastern. So 7 o'clock is the estimated arrival time. By the time we get the drop and hook done, probably looking at 8. So, again, unless we get a really good pre-plan, probably not going to be worth heading all the way over there. I'll probably stop at that. I found a good rest area, actually a pilot that is hardly ever full, and it's about an hour, 15, hour and a half away from the 90, so we'll go ahead and stop there. That's pretty much the last, truck stop that's reliable at that time of the evening. So we'll probably end up stopping there and then finish off the delivery early in the morning. All right, so let's get back to some scenic views. How's that? Hope you enjoy the music too. we are coming up to a pilot, but that's not going to be our destination for this evening. It's actually not a pilot we're stopping at. We're actually stopping at some other small gas station. Forget the name of it, but no, we're here to get fuel. What's that? We already got fuel. Yes, we did last night, but here's the thing. It's a drop-in hook at the receiver, which means we need to have fuel in the reefer. Should be full when we drop it, but at the very least 3/4 full. Right now, that's even going to be a challenge. We're still an hour and a half away from the Walmart. No pre-plan, so we're not delivering tonight. And this is the last fuel stop in Prime's network to get fuel for the reefer. So we're gonna top it off tonight or this evening, and it's gonna have to last not only the hour and a half trip up to the distribution center, but also overnight. And the reefer is set at 33 degrees, plus or minus 5, so that's at least a little bit of help. But yeah, it's gonna be cutting it close, so hopefully we will be all right. So, anyways, yep, I will stop and get fuel
In
and then catch up with
300
y'all
feet,
later.
arrive at pilot on the left.
All right, we are all fueled up on the reefer. More on that in a minute, but check out this truck stop here. This is a typical truck stop along Highway 70 once you get up here to like the Ohio Valley and the surrounding areas. You are looking at all of the parking spots, and this place is full. Oh man, I know it looked like there was a spot there, but that was a handicap spot. Can't park there. So yeah, it is definitely a challenge to find parking out here. The only reason I actually found parking, or will find parking at the place we're going, is because it is about 7 miles after the turnoff. Going here. So it would technically be a little bit out of the way, but there's kind of a side diversion that we can still take, so it's not too bad. Anyways, some good news on the reefer front is when I went to fuel up, we had about 3/4 of a tank to begin with just now. So that means it lasted not only because we filled it up last night. So it lasted all overnight plus the entire day's drive today, and still had 3/4. So I went ahead and topped her off like to the tippy top, and we'll definitely have more than 3/4 by the time I drop it off tomorrow morning. So that's some good news there. All right, so we are only about 8 minutes away from where we are going, and picked up some Subway while I was there. Might as well, because we're going into no man's land where there is nothing. Might as well be prepared and have some food. All right, see you in a few. All righty, we made it. Made it to the Go Mart. All right, so it's it's a Go Mart. Just a little independent place, but man, plenty of parking. It's got 3 decent-sized rows of parking. I'd say 4 times more parking than the last place we saw, maybe 5 times more, which isn't saying a lot considering the last place we just saw. But yeah, plenty of parking, lots of open spots. Again, because it's it's not one of the main brands, and it's it's about 7-8 minutes off the place where you would normally turn off up to 71. So. But for us, the highway we're on right here, Highway 40, we can just take that straight on up to meet the 71. So it's really not any really extra, maybe 3 or 4 minutes at a time. So not a big deal. We are, according to Nagatha, we are an hour and 9 minutes away. So we're gonna get up early in the morning. But I know I promised you guys some news. I'm gonna go ahead and deliver now. I know we haven't delivered the load yet, but I'm going to deliver this news. So, man, I've been out on the road since January. January 3rd was the first load I accepted, and prior to that was getting everything set up, getting the upgrade done from my training and all that stuff. My last home time was Christmas, and here we are, end of July. So guess what? We're going on vacation. Yes, I say we are going on vacation in 1 month, third month of August. I am getting a houseboat and in Lake Mead, and yeah, gonna have some fun. Family's gonna join me. A chunk of the family's gonna join, and it's gonna be a blast. We'll be on there for a few days and enjoy. I'll be able to see my friends out there in Vegas and everything. So I will definitely be taking you guys along for the journey on that, giving you guys some updates on what's going on and how much I am loving it. I could use it. You know, I've had some days off here and there, but no actual home time. I've seen, you know, a family member here, a family member there, but not actual home time. So this is going to be nice. I know that's a long time to wait, but you know, you got to keep in mind, you know, home to me, I don't actually have, you know, a wife and kids and all that stuff. My home is literally a couch I'm renting, you know, from a buddy in Vegas, just to have a place to call home. So I really live in the truck, you know, full time, and that's great for me. That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's exactly what I want. But yeah, it's you know, for anybody who's thinking about going lease or coming to Prime and going, oh my God, you got to go 8 months before you get any home time? No, absolutely not. That was purely my choice to do that. And again, I've had some days off here and there. I've done a couple of different things, but actually going home, this is going to be nice for me. So, but no, you don't need to wait around that long before you actually get some home time. So don't worry about that. You take home time when you want. A lot of drivers, you know, do a few days, you know, every month. So it's completely up to you and what you can budget, what you can afford, and what you want to do. So anyways, yeah. Whew, I'm excited for that, and yeah, I'm also hoping to have some additional camera equipment by that time as well, to be able to have a lot more fun when it comes to showing you guys the vacation. So anyways, that is it. I'm going to go ahead. I know it's still pretty early, but I'm going to go ahead and start winding down and get to bed, because I want to get up nice and early, get this delivery done so we can get it out of the way and get another load for tomorrow. So I will see y'all in the morning. Bye-bye. Well, good morning there. Yeah, it's 6:50 in the morning, Eastern Time. There's the bright sunlight right there. And, yep, we are heading on our way. You can see this truck stop a little better now. How many spots there are available. One downside about this truck stop, and it's not really a downside that will keep me from stopping here in the future, is that there's no place to get out and run or walk. So normally every morning I get out for a run, but there's just really no place. There's a lot of traffic still, even though there's a lot of empty spots. There's still a lot of traffic here, and there's only one 2-lane highway with hardly any shoulders, so not really safe to run through or run on. So, but anyways, things are looking good. Got my pre-trip out of the way. Actually, I didn't do a full PTI, because I want to save the hours, but I did do a pre-scan, which is, you know, the walk around, and then I'll do a post-trip actually log on the ELD for that. Fuel in the reefer is looking good, as expected, so we are going to have way more than the 3/4 of a tank needed. And that is it. So a little bit more scenery, and then we will be at our destination. See you soon. booked. We have made our delivery. That's it. I've already done all my paperwork, my checkout, and all that stuff. At least through Prime. I still have to check out through the guard shack here at Wally World. But at this point, we are just waiting for the next load. So I'm going to head down that street and see if I can find, see if I can get lucky and find a parking spot there. But other than that, thank you very much for taking this trip with me. Man, that is a lot of clips for me to be editing together, so hopefully I'll be able to get that done and the file won't be too huge and too long for you guys to watch. I'm trying this out again because I found a new video editor, KineMaster. It's all on the phone, so we will give it a shot. I did the potato unload using that, and it seemed to work pretty good. But of course, that was a much shorter video, like 3 clips. So we will give this one a shot, and hopefully you enjoy it. Please leave your comments. I know I've asked you to comment on quite a few things, so please leave those comments. And as always, you see my face up there in the corner. You see it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click on my face and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.